Hey, what's up, everyone watching live, and those of you checking out the replay of this? Um, Welcome. A little background before I dive in to what I'm going to do here and do some guitar tracking. So, one of my all-time favorite bands is it's got to be Thrice. They're probably my all-time favorite band, I have to say. And throughout the years, honestly, the last few years, I've been listening to their music, and I think, I kind of want to do a cover of this song, and it's just been in my head for a while, and then I decided to actually commit and actually do a cover of one of my favorite Thrice songs. And I figured that I would just do it live, come on the channel, do videos, whatever, just document the process and share it with you so that you can follow along and learn from it. Because for me, as I was up and coming as a producer engineer, the times when I always got the best little golden nuggets of information or the best aha moments to kind of taught me how things are actually done, it was when I was just observing kind of over the shoulder, like what someone ahead of me was doing and how they were doing it and what their workflow was and what their thinking was. And so that's the goal here, guys. It's super casual, super chill. If you're watching live, definitely drop comments, ask questions, whatever. We'll just kind of hang out as I work on the song. We'll probably do a couple sessions of tracking stuff and then doing some mixing, and we'll kind of take you all the way through the process. Now, the second motivation I have for doing this is I might need help from some of you guys because I am not a singer. I'm not going to be tracking vocals on this thing, but I do want to finish the whole song. I want vocals on it. So I'm hoping that there's someone out there who follows this channel, who's on my email list, whatever, who can contribute some vocals. And then there's another part where I think I want to maybe replace what's a guitar part in the original and replace it with piano. And that's something that I could probably throw together on my own and hack together the MIDI, right? But probably someone who's actually a legit piano player would do a better job. So I'm hoping that we can collab a little bit, guys. Maybe we can get some vocals and some piano stuff from you guys, the audience, on this as well. So what's up, Jamie, Joseph sings and screams. There we go. Okay, so we might have a collaborator already. Just follow on the videos, and maybe I'll put out like a bounce of the instrumental mix, and then you can submit some vocal tracks, and yeah, I want some piano too. So that's the background, guys. Why don't we dive in here? I'm going to open up my Pro Tools. Cool. So let me show you guys what I've done so far. So I kind of started out kind of the way that, you'd expect to start out on any session, as I made a demo of just what I had in my head. So I don't know how familiar you are with the original, but it starts off with this just really cool guitar part, just a guitar alone, clean guitar. Yeah, so Joseph says in the chat, I threw it way back. Yeah, so we're going way back to one of their earliest records. This song is So Strange I Remember You. It's been one of my favorite Thrice songs for, I don't know, since I first heard it. And I've been listening to this band since I was in high school when this record came out, when they were still like a metalcore screamo band. And then obviously they've changed a lot, but I've loved them all throughout the years. I think they're coming around to Toronto in a couple months. I'm going to go see them again. So good live. But yeah, this song, So Strange I Remember You, starts off with this guitar part. Now, rather than just straight copying that, I thought what I'd do is create this kind of like spacey kind of ambient thing with drums and just kind of do like a full band version of that intro. Now, it's still going to be kind of a separate part to the song, just this kind of standalone intro. But yeah, I'll play what I came up with here. So just kind of some big chords ringing out and then the lead part going over top. Now, I need to change the tones. These are just kind of demo tones. So it's going to be way more dirty sounding right now than what I will have in the final. But here's the demo of the intro I came up with. So something like that. No bass here yet, obviously. It's just the demo. And then if we go back to the original, after that, it kicks into the full band. And here's my demo. Yeah, so that's the basic idea. I won't go through the whole song yet. You'll hear it as we work on it. But yeah, that's it. I just did a quick kind of left and right ghost guitar track. Yeah, guys, sorry that I know the audio sometimes drops out on these for a few seconds at a time. Haven't figured out a way to fix that yet. But yeah, just recorded some ghosts kind of guiding guitars there, so they're sloppy. And then I'm using the new Modern Massive 2 from GGD for the drums, and I think I'll keep these for the final drums. I've kind of been tweaking them in terms of velocity and everything as we've gone along. I think I'll probably just tweak a little bit more with the velocities and the parts before I kind of really commit to these drums. But I'm using this preset that I created actually for Nolly. He asked me to create some presets for this plugin, and if you don't have it yet, it's awesome. It's well worth it. I got 5 presets that I contributed here. So this is the Rock Kit preset without really many tweaks to it. I think I'm just maybe backed off the crush compression a little bit to make it more mellow, because there's a lot of fast punk stuff on here, but I think they sound great. Dynamics are really good in this plugin, very, very realistic. So that's where I've got so far, guys. I basically mapped out the entire song, done rough guitars for pretty much all of it. There's one section in the middle that I haven't really touched yet. And so at this point today, I'm hoping to throw down most, or maybe hopefully all, of the rhythm guitars left and right. Now on the original song, they only did, like I said, the main rhythm chords are on one side, I think the right, and then the leads are on the left. Let me check that out again. Whoop. Yeah, and so when you get to the end, lead guitar line. It's just on one side and the chords are on the other side. So I love how kind of old school and raw it is, but we're going to do like a main left and right rhythm chords doubled, and then we'll do the lead up the middle. And maybe when I mix it, I'll throw the lead out the side if it's interfering with the vocals, whatever. But we'll make this a little fatter, a little bigger. So I'm just going to dive in here, guys. I'm going to skip the intro part for now, and I'm going to go into kind of the main meat of the song and start tracking the rhythm guitars there. So I'm putting myself in the spotlight here, because I would say, man, guitar was like my main instrument starting out, but I haven't really played hardly at all in the last 10, 15 years or so. Like now and then I'll pick it up, or I'll have to record something, or I'll record something for a course or whatever. But man, in my head, I'm like, I learned how to play this song 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever. And so in my head, it's like, it's just completely frozen in there. I'm like, yeah, I can play this. And then as I was doing the demo and the ghost tracks, especially the lead lines, I was like, my fingers are like struggling to keep up and all that. So you guys will have to bear with me here. But thankfully, I know some tricks, some pro secrets, if you will, that will help us still get really tight, nice pro sounding guitars, even though I can't really necessarily play everything super great. And that's the point of doing the stream. You guys will learn how to do some of that. So let me tune up here. Got my tuner track right here. Yeah, hopefully I don't have to record it at half speed. Hopefully I'm not that bad, but who knows? We might get there. At least the chords should be easy. All right, let me get my amp tone on here. So you guys will get a little behind the scenes here. So this is an amp plugin that I've been working on, and it's going to be called JV Tones, I think. And it's got like 10 different tones that I've modeled using kind of neural networking modeling of like all these records from my discography of like my classic tones. So we got the 5150 tone here. We got another version of the 5150. And we got some Silverstein tones. Man, the buzz is so bad in this room. Yeah, some Silverstein tones, which I think I'm going to be using this one today. Oop, drop my pick. Pick's like stuck in my trackball. There we go. Yeah, I like this tone. Some intervals inspired tone. Some neck deep stuff. So pretty awesome. I'm going to use it for this song, I think. I like that tone for the main rhythms here. So this is going to be, I don't know when this is going to be out. I think we're going to redesign this interface. And we'll see what you guys think of that. But excited to get that out. But I'm going to use it here because I love the tones. They sound great. So let's go ahead. And, of course, now I noodled around after tuning. So yeah, I'm trying to tune to the initial pick attack because I'm not really doing any held rung out parts right now. So the pitch is going to drop over time, unfortunately, even though these strings are brand new, but that is the way it goes. Just got to click. And I just need a little refresher on what this part is. Okay, yeah. I think I got that. All right, so let's do it, guys. Okay. I'm gonna do that one more time. To the right side, and we'll just pan that out. And we'll double that up. The nice thing about recording yourself on guitar is that you kind of know right away when you haven't really done something right. So, whereas if you're recording someone else, you're kind of watching them, watching their fingers, their hands, and obviously listening and checking it after. So it's a little, sometimes it can be a little faster recording myself because I kind of know instantly if I've screwed it up, right? Let me copy this amp down. Okay, we'll double this up. we'll punch in from there. Do a 2-bar pre-roll. And it's... Ugh. Little nasty, maybe. We'll get up until there anyway. Oh, you guys can't hear the guitar. No, you can't. Sorry about that. There we go. I'll give you an 8-bar pre-roll so you can hear what I already did. And then I'll punch in. That again. Punch in the last chord there, but we'll double up until that point. Whoa, what happened? That last chord tuning sounds a bit weird. Okay, everything's a bit flat. Let's try that. Get this out of my way. There we go. Have to get that ring out after that. Do that. I've got questions. Okay, good question. How do you know when to stop editing guitars? Is it important for you to be 100% to the grid when editing? Tend to edit at all. Yeah, so I don't really edit guitars after the fact, and I'm kind of going by feel here. Again, like I said, it's a little easier to track yourself because I can tell if I'm playing in time or not for the most part. Now, once I finish tracking these, I might go back and might be like, okay, look, I was a little early on this first note, right? So let's just take this like first bar and let's just kind of nudge it. Whoops, not that much. My nudge settings are not right here. There we go. I might nudge it like that, you know, and then I'll kind of finish that up. So I'll kind of go through the song like that after the fact, after I'm done tracking, but I basically want it to sound like a finished edited record as I'm tracking it here. So that's why, you know, when I heard like, oh, this one chord's a little sloppy when I switch from this chord, you know, it's a little hard to stretch that and get that clean. So that's why I punched in that one chord, and then the tuning was a little off. So that's why I'm also retuning, punching the open here as well. So really taking it piece by piece rather than kind of sloppy takes through and then trying to edit afterwards. That really doesn't work very well, and that's not really how it's done either, at least at a professional level. So let me just finish off this last little bit. Pretty easy part, right? All right, so this next part. Okay, cool. Pretty easy stuff here. Just rung out chords, so kind of tune with that in mind. G is the worst, always. So all right. I was a bit late on that. So here's an example. Like rather than track that again, I'll just nudge that back like there. That's better. Double those first two. Now, I wonder if they mute the guitars on the original there. Yeah, they do like a palm mute at the end. Whoops. Try to punch that. Not much gain there, plus the gate. It's okay for now, we'll deal with it later. Let's just say that's a special effect, all right? All right, now this section. Don't need those higher strings there. Oops, where's my click? There we go. A little rush. Got a bit slow in the middle there. Double that first bit. It's another tip too, guys. Double it as you're going section by section rather than getting through a whole song and then doing it again. Like, you want to have the part in your mind, plus you're already tuned for it, and you'll get it way faster this way. Okay, it's seemed pretty good. Man, I feel like we need a big pick slide there, eh? Maybe I'll save that for later, decide if I want to overdub that. Okay, and then kind of just go into another simple section here. Just 2 power chords. Yeah, all the cool stuff in the song is in the lead. So this rhythm stuff is pretty boring, but I think that's a good thing, because then it's easy to record. Okay. Didn't like how I hit that second chord. Double up. Probably just need a ring kind of at the end there. Let me fix that. All right, now we get into some more fun stuff here. All right, so this is kind of like a breakdown-y. Okay, so my debate with myself here. So on the original, we've just got, and then on the other side, I'm kind of wondering if you put that lead up the middle, that might be a bit weird. Or we just double up the whole thing. I'm gonna just do a quick rough take to see what it sounds like doubled. So sloppy. Or I think I like it doubled. Now we're definitely gonna have to chunk this one down a little bit. This is where my lack of guitar playing for many years is gonna show up. Yeah, let's give it some more gain here. These chugs. Okay, I'm just gonna get that. Last two seemed decent. All right, and then we got to get that little extra chuggy in there. I'm going to redo the left side again. Got to do downstrokes there. Ah. That sounds a little better. Let's try and fly over those other notes. And then that just repeats. Nudge that one back a bit. Sounds better. Adam, the reason I'm not using an Evertune is that I don't have one, man. Trust me, I've wanted one for many years, but I just haven't been able to justify it to myself because like I said, I don't really play guitar hardly ever, or really track guitar. If I was doing tracking guitar like on a regular basis, man, I would have to get one of those. This guitar has been pretty faithful to me though. It's not too bad for tuning, but it obviously could be better. I'm gonna have to split that up. Guitars here, and I didn't realize that you guys couldn't hear the guitars. Last week I was recording like literally a 2-hour-long mix walkthrough, like mixing a song start from scratch. And I literally got to the end and I was like, yeah, that turned out awesome. And then I went to the recorded footage and I had done something like in the first 10 minutes of the video where I imported my template and it messed up all of the routing, and I didn't record any of the Pro Tools audio at all. So the whole 2-hour video was a complete waste. Had to do it over again. So I was like, man, I probably should have just done this live, and then someone would have told me that they couldn't hear the audio and that it would have fixed it, which is exactly what happened today. So thank you guys, and thanks for hanging out here. So this part, and this is going to expose all of my guitar weaknesses here. So one thing that I screwed up as I was learning guitar is I never use my pinky. My pinky is really weak in guitar, and I always would just slide my ring finger to where my pinky needed to be, but it makes riffs like this sound sloppy because I have that slide in there where it should just be like. So, I mean, that's all right. We'll try to get it. But another tip, don't get good at doing it the wrong way. I got good at never using my pinky, and now every time I try to play guitar, I regret it. I wish I had used my pinky for those 25 years, because then I'd be a better guitar player now. But I'm trying to fix the problem now. All right, let's try to get this riff. Should probably tune that note. It's a lot slower than I thought. Last one's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I can double it. I'm gonna have to keep it on separate tracks because this riff actually overlaps. I'll just duplicate that. And we'll give us another set of guitar tracks. Okay, see if I can get another decent one here. Those are all decent, actually. These could maybe nudge back a tiny bit. Oh no, this changes. I'm just gonna hit solo and try a bunch till I get it. Maybe there's two good ones in there. That one's all right. That one's pretty good too. Okay. That's where it's my lack of pinky production really screws me up. I gotta hit these chords first though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the replay of this up on YouTube afterwards. And no, there's no distortion pedal. It's just this amp plug-in here. Oh, that goes again. Oh, hold on. I've screwed this up. Just at the last repeat there. Forgot this went twice. So let's fix that. I don't know if any of you guys saw Al Levy from what is it? URM did Evertune and like why people are against it and why he likes it and stuff, kind of dispelling some myths. That was a really good video. If you haven't seen that yet, I definitely recommend watching that. Let me finish this part, guys, and then I'll see if I can hit some questions here. All right, what was I doing again? Oh, yeah. I could do better. Okay, cool. Now from there, we got a cool little riff there. I think we're going to leave that for the leads, though, even though we've kind of doubled that other part. That's going to be interesting, just what sounds best there. But let's leave it like this for now. All right, what questions do we got here? Corey says, single string parts are easy, but if you happen to get a real sloppy guitar pick from someone who didn't record, how do you go about editing the strumming guitar parts? Then you said it's hard to see transients in big courses. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of like this, right? These fast strummy punk parts. I mean, you can still see them. Now, I know what you mean, though. There's times where you can't really see it. Sometimes you just got to solo. Sometimes I play it in like half speed. If it's not too distorted, you can hear kind of where the transient happens. But I mean, I don't know. If I'm getting hired to mix, like I'm probably not really editing the guitars much at all, unless like, you know, if it was an easy edit, like let's say the guitar part was like, it was like this, you know, like this, the one strum was like really early. I would just cut that and just like nudge it over to be in line with where it should be, if it was bothering me. But like, to me, like guitar editing shouldn't be much of a thing. Like this should be all handled during tracking. Like I'm not going to edit this very much at all, and you guys will see if you follow along in all of this. But yeah, like I'll clean up the silences and the gaps, and you've seen me kind of nudge stuff here and there as I go. But really, it's just like you got to get it right in tracking. And if you didn't track it yourself, then I don't know. Beyond like the minor edits here and there, unless you're being hired for like a super rough rescue job or something, which I don't know. I just wouldn't even do it. I don't know. Just tell them to record it again. It's not worth it. You can't edit your way to pro sounding guitars. Daniel, I'm using my own Modern Massive preset. So I made some presets for this. This is my Rock Kit one. So it's just under artist in my name here. If you go Rock Kit, that's the one I'm using here. I really like how the presets turned out. This one and the metal one especially. I think they sound pretty good. Adam saying you record the DI with the amp at the same time. I'm just recording the DI because I have an amp sim plugin, so you don't need to record the amp tone separately. But the DI and the amp at the same time. Yeah, I saw this comment. Someone saying, have you ever messed much with tuning major thirds down 14 cents in chords? It will change your life if not. So is that this chord? Is that the nastiness I'm hearing? 14 cents, you say. Let me try that. Oh! Okay. You did just change my life. Thank you. That is sick. Yeah, man. That's great. I'm literally just going to punch in that chord there. See, this is what I mean, guys. You get a couple people in a room, tracking, observing, doing stuff, tips fly around, and it helps. Let's fix that. I know that I've heard that idea in theory before, and I've heard just kind of theory nerds talk about it, and I've always just been like, yeah, it's just too much hassle. These theory nerds, whatever. But now that I've tried it, I mean, it does sound better. That was always a struggle for me too. Recording bands back in the day is certain chords would just sound weird when you tune them perfectly on, like that, and we would have to sometimes just tune by ear. Maybe I didn't know the whole 14-cent thing, but I'd be okay, even though the tuner says it's on, it sounds sharp, so I'm literally just gonna get the player to play it, and I would just tune it by ear until it sounded right. Song, where was that? That one? That's that one there, right? Yeah, so some of you guys are already talking in the chat. The thing that I was just about to bring up is the only problem that I foresee with this is I've got lead parts coming over this, and is that gonna clash with those? That's why I never got too much into this stuff, because everything has to stack on top, right? But I think it's just octave leads, and I think it is the third anyway. I'm not much of a theory guy, but we'll see. Either way, I have the old version baked into these tracks, so if it sounds bad, I'll just pull back the old version, and we'll go with that. Yeah. There's hardly any repeating parts in this song, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it does sound better on those for sure. Let me pop the lead in and actually see if it clashes or not. We've got the demo lead. It's all right. I think we're going to be okay. Cool. Actually, this is going faster than I thought. So we got the ending here. Okay, so I think there's a bunch of you guys watching, so I might as well explain what I'm looking for here. So when everything drops out here, I'm going to play the original for you. There's this kind of mellow, clean guitar ambient part that kind of floats through, and then it kicks in. So just listen to it. Cool, then it kicks in. So that whole guitar line there. Okay, this is a challenge to someone watching this. I want you to figure that part out, or a rough approximate of it, on piano. And I want to hear what that part sounds like on piano instead of guitar. I think it'd be cool, just kind of a piano, like a grand piano sound with like a decent amount of ambience. Maybe even a bit of lo-fi, I think would be cool there instead of a guitar, just to change it up from the original. So someone could do that. You'll probably do it better than me if you're a piano player. If not, I'm going to have to try and hack that together with my kind of subpar piano skills. And then a second collab part, other than the vocals, is there's all these like crazy guitar pedal effects here on the left side. Yeah, all that cool, like it sounds like you just got a delay with like the feedback max, and then you start tweaking the delay time and all that stuff while kind of like scratching around on your guitar. If someone could do that, that'd be sweet too, because I don't even have like delay pedals and stuff here in the studio. So if someone could create, with the vocals, a piano bridge part there, looks like we got someone in there. Allo, yes, do it, man, do it. Maybe later on, maybe in the next stream, once I lay the bass down, I will bounce out just like the instrumental rough mix of this, and that way we can get the collabs happening with piano and vocals. So yes, thank you, dude. If you could do that, that would be awesome. And then even any others, right? I'll open to taking a few different submissions and seeing what fits the best. All right, we're coming on to the ending here. We got some palm mutes. Gotta fix my flat string. All right, let's try and track that. It's not giving me the first click. It's weird. I like the little slide down at the end there. A little rushed. Ah. This part's got to be like really nailed, or else it's going to sound like either the drums are rushing or holding back, when really it's the guitars that are kind of messing that up. figure out what to do at the end there. Go do that. Too much slide. Cool. Then we've got a totally different chord progression with one of the best leads of all time. Tepe Teranishi, the man. There's that third again. Just seeing if I can make that switch clean enough. Yeah, I'll get the first two chords. Forgot what it was. There we go. Little slow. How perfect do we want it? I don't really like the sound of me transitioning those chords. Let's nickelback it. I do the first chord and the third chord, and then I'll punch in the second chord. This is advanced tracking productivity. A little slow. Forgot what the second chord was. Okay. Then I just need to do this. Not like that, though. There we go. Dang, now I have to do that flat thing, but it's the second chord. sorry, the first chord here that needs it, not the second one. So I'm just going to get the second chord first, which is... Cool. Just going to strum all the way through. Now, yes! I'm so stoked on that tip. Hopefully it doesn't bite me later, though. Matt. This guitar tone reminds me of This Is How the Wind Shift. Well, that might be because it literally is modeled after the tone on that record. Amazing ears, Matt. Love that you picked that up. Okay, so now let's get even more tricky, guys. Yeah, and I wanted to do this to show you guys all the secrets. So listen to how we've done one, what am I trying to say? A separate take for every chord here to make sure the transitions are nice and clean, but some of it sounds a little fake. That one there, because you're going from way down low to way up high with no slide at all. So what do we do about this? I'm glad you asked. We're going to punch in just the slide part after I fix this flat note. And we're literally just going to get only the slide up, so that way we get the sound of the transition, but then we still land on that last chord super cleanly. So check this out. I give myself a little more pre-roll here. So what I want to do, I want to go from there. I just need to do that. Did it record? Yeah. And we'll do that one more time. So let's see how that sounds now. See that? There we go. That's how you get really tricky, guys. If you're like, I want it to sound natural. I want to have the slides, but I also want the chords to be nice and clean and in tune. How do I do that? That's how you do it. Nye is asking, do you record a stream through a MacBook? Not a MacBook, but a Mac, what's it called? Those boxes, Mac Studio. Yeah, that's fine. I know a lot of pros who use MacBooks, and they'll literally just, if they're traveling to another studio to track a band, they literally just bring their MacBook and sometimes their own interface, and they just hook it up to whatever room they're in. But yeah, Mac in general is pretty standard in the audio engineering world. I know some people might not like that, but pretty much all studios they're running on a Mac, at least that I've ever been in. Okay, so there's just one change on this repeat. So we'll duplicate that. Okay, so this is where we don't need the slide. Stroke on that first bit there. slide up there too. Yeah, I'll try again. That repeats again. Okay, and then we go. So this is tricky because I actually programmed in like a tempo slowdown. I don't think the original was recorded to a click, by the way. So that's probably the main difference of how this version will feel different from the original. Is like it's just gonna be locked in versus kind of like the more almost. I don't think it was live off the floor, but more of a live feel. But it looks like I actually kind of got it there on the slowdown. Let's see if I can double that. A little early on the last chord. Nice. So something I thought would be cool for the amp sim is having this little cleanup button, which basically just does the high pass filter, the low pass filter, like pretty subtle. Like I don't really want to affect the tone that much. And then does that little notch out like around 4 and around 6K to just clean up all the nastiness. Like listen to this. Just for these cases where you're tracking, and maybe when I do the final mix, I'll leave this button off and I'll do the EQ separately. But just for tracking, you want to hear it a little cleaner without all the ksh and noise, right? That you get just off a raw amp tone. So I thought that would be a cool feature. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll show you some of the other tones too. Let me go to this heavy breakdown part. So here's one of the 5150s. Now the others are this. It's a Nick Johnston amp model from one of the records I did with him. So it's just the guitar parts I'm playing here just don't make sense with this tone, but we got the rhythm and the lead tones for him. And then we got this pretty cool grunge tone. Actually really like that. But yeah, I love this silver tone one for this track. I think it sounds good. Okay, I got through that a little quicker than I thought I would, actually. So why don't I work on some of the lead stuff here? I love playing these parts here. We'll do all the octave first. Let's do Octave TI. Cool. And maybe we'll use one of the 5150s on. Let's try it. I don't know why it's like, you guys see that? It doesn't give me the first click. I've never had that problem before. I can do a little better. Pretty good up to there. Whoop. Cool, and we got a cool lead there, but then we go back into an octave part. Let's see if I can just remember what it is. Ah, tuning. All right. Oh no, you guys aren't hearing the octave either. Dang it. Keep forgetting to change the output. Live and not recording on my own. Here, I'll play it for you. Sorry, guys. Now I'm going to skip ahead to the next octave part. Let's try it again. Tuning to the attack. Don't know if I got that triplet part. Little noise on one of those changes. Yeah. This will help. Still kind of noisy. Gotta be better, I guess. These ones I might struggle with a bit. I gotta practice a bit here. Whatever, we'll get there. I hope Tepe never watches me just butcher his parts here. So that one's tricky because I don't want, and I don't want the strings like ringing out over each other. probably going to have to split that up. I'm just going to get that first. I like those 4. So if we take that, and then just get that. Oops, let me hear that lead. Okay. Surgery, guitar surgery. First one was a bit rushed, so. Yeah, someone's saying in the chat, would a palm mute sound better? I was wondering that. That's kind of how I've played it sometimes. Let's try it. Save that just in case. Those ones at the end are probably better. Zoom in a bit. This is the tedious part of guitar tracking. Yeah, it's probably better than... Probably better than the open note. These just need to be fine-tuned a bit. Okay, so you can hear the timing doesn't sound great on that, right? So this is kind of the extent of guitar editing I would do. So let's try to make that not quite so delayed. And then this one is rushed, but the last one is not. And I'm not looking for it to be perfectly on the grid. I just don't want it to be noticeably off. Like that's better. And even though this one, you can see that it's like way late on the grid, it kind of sounds good. It feels all right. So I might just leave it. I also know that I'm like mentally super zoomed in on these parts, whereas once this is, you know, full mix with vocals and stuff, I think it's going to sound good. So just having, I don't know, just the experience of doing guitar parts like this so much, I'm kind of making decisions on the fly about like, okay, how perfect do I want this to be? Because if you start doing everything just like totally locked to the grid, I mean, drums I always have locked, with maybe one exception, which I might get to in a different stream of this, but drums are locked. Rhythm guitars, as you see, like they're tight, but they're not chopped to the grid. Same with bass, it's not going to be like that. And then the leads, I think even less so. I'm more listening to just how it feels. Otherwise, you end up with like, I don't want to sound like computer music, right? Yeah, this one still sounds a bit rushed when it comes in. Yeah, we need 2 more of those. And that's why I'm also kind of trying to grab different versions of the take. So that it's not literally just the same thing being repeated over and over again, like really quick, bar after bar. You definitely get away with that on bigger sections, but if it's kind of all in one part, really close together, it starts to sound a little obvious that you've just looped the same part. So this way I've got 3 different, 3 or 4 different versions of this part of the riff, and then I can just loop that. And I actually like how it sounds when it's a little behind the beat. I think this is a bit slow, actually. That's decent, I think. All right, so here's where I'm gonna have to cheat a lot. Sorry, not sorry. Try and get just that part. I'm just gonna just do it to the click. That one seems decent. I don't know if any of those are good. Let's try this one. Little rush, and then it sounds weird how I picked that note. I almost got to hammer that on. See if I can punch that. Oop. And then I'm not sure what to do at the end here. If you listen to the original. Sounds like he does like his own delay, right? So maybe we'll do an actual delay on that. So we just need one more little line there. Ugh. Funny thing is, like, if a guitar player came to track with me and they were this bad, I'd probably be a little frustrated. But since it's me, I automatically know when I can't play something, so I don't have to do like a million takes and then decide to split it up. GG, it's been years since I've tracked guitars with a band, and this is giving me PTSD. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. One of the reasons, the main reasons I like went from tracking and producing a lot to only mixing is literally recording guitars, like doing this. Now imagine doing what I'm doing with this lead part, because I can't really play it, but imagine doing that for like this whole, the person can't string like 2 bars together without punching in. It's just soul sucking. And then add to that having to tune a million bazillion times. Now an Evertune would help that a lot. I might have recorded bands for a little bit longer if I had an Evertune, but still, it's it can be a grind. Let me just get this part in so that I don't have to listen to it being weird. Let's see. So I think we just need a quarter note. Actually, we'll keep this here. copy this, mix 100%. Yeah, it's like that. So this part, I wonder if I can get it. Let's try. Let's be brave. Tuning is sticking decently here. I didn't tune the G. I do it one more time. Once I kind of settle into it, I feel like I get. A couple of those at the end were all right, I think. Where does it start here? Getting confused. So some of these get a bit late. Let's see if we can nudge. I did that part. All right, here's another tricky part that should be easy if I was good with my pinky, but the question is to pick every note or not. I like it better with hammer-ons, I think. All right, I'll struggle my way through it here. All right, how much can I do? Let's see. Try that. Ugh. Can be better. That one's decent. It'd be good to get two good ones so I'm not looping the same thing every time. That one's good, just a bit early. Let's try that. Okay, and then we just need the last two notes there. Okay. Okay, let's tighten that up a bit. Actually, I'm not a left-handed guitar player. I think the video is just flipping it. The camera's flipping the image. But interestingly, I do write with my left hand, and that's the only thing I do left-handed. Everything else I do right-handed. Okay, then we switch to minor. Maybe it sounds better when it's picked every note. I don't know. I'm going to do a comparison there. Literally can't play that first part. Yeah, maybe it's better picked. We'll do it again. Almost. That's better. Bear with me, guys. I'll get it. Just a complete hack. See if I can smash those together. I think it does sound better picked each time like that. Yeah, let's see if we can get away with just looping this. think that's fine. I don't know what the stream numbers are, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just was a huge drop off as soon as I started tracking leads. All right, last part. That one's easier to play for some reason. Famous last words. Almost got that one. My tempo changes right here, so I only have a bit of room to get this. Although I could just move up here. One of those is good. And the last bit. Yeah, Gigi's asking about automating the volume to make it sound more natural. I think it's going to sound fine in the context of the mix. Like, check this out. Oops, get rid of those. I think that sounds fine there. Now that goes. I just need literally just a little ring out. All right, there's only one lead left, and it's the best one. This one I definitely gotta chop up. Let's listen to the original. Ah, I just picked up something I didn't realize before. So he goes. There's a little hammer on the second time. I've never known how he... Plays it so cleanly. It's kind of hard to play. It's hard to play without the strings all ringing out over each other. That's the main challenge here. So that's the first part. Just try to get that. Kind of a weird part to come in on. Wonder if the picking's a little too aggressive there. That's all right. Okay. Let me go. That one's all right. That one's probably better. See if I can get that. Beats and Meat says, oh, you sent me $5. Thanks, man. What a great choice for a cover. Me and my friends have screamed this to my car about 18 bazillion times. Awesome, dude. Yeah, I've been listening to this song for so long. So good. It's just fun to do this. I think I can do this better. Like trying to figure out which notes to pick and which to just hammer on. I rush it at the end every time. Whoop. Let's see how that one sounds. Sounds pretty good. I mean, I don't want it to sound like a robot here. We can be human. That's the next part. One of those might have been all right. Ah. We'll split it up. Did we get it? Let's put those two notes here instead. That loops 4 times, and at the end, it's kind of a bum note in there. those two notes. Whoops. All right. I pasted too early here. Just those two. All right, now I think we can loop it. All right, this will be tricky because we got this riff, but it slows down. Rushing a bit. It's better. Just dies. I mean, it's pretty much on the grid. Let's try that again. The slow pinky. That last bit again. All right, so we don't have the intro done yet. I'm gonna wrap up this stream here. Let's give one last listen through, and then I'll be back maybe later this week or next week, and we'll throw down some bass. We'll throw down the intro. I need a piano and vocal from you guys too, but I'll bounce out the instrumental after we get the bass and the rest of it down here. That's where we're gonna have the piano in there. All right, Gigi says, sounding killer. You never know, it took 400 punch-ins on this guitar. Yeah, exactly. You never know I'd have to punch in just the sound of me sliding up to the next chord, right? What was that plug-in? Yeah, go back and watch the replay because I feel like I've talked about it a couple times already, so I don't want to keep going over it. Counterspell says, this was great. Love to see the attention to detail, and I feel like my ears have gotten smarter. Pretty good sounding, clean sounding plug-in too. By the way, keep the cleanup feature. Appreciate that feedback, dude. Braden says, can't wait to see more of these. There's not enough of this type of content. Watching real-time workflows. Awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. I mean, you've been sitting here, some of you guys, like, what, 2 hours? More than 2 hours now. So good to hear you guys love the long-form content. I was like, I'm going to do this anyway. I'm going to make this cover song, so why don't I just live stream it and maybe people can get some value. And I know that me just being in the room watching other guys work, that's always how I got the biggest kind of light bulb moments. And like Counterspell said there, it's like your ears get smarter. It's like, oh, he didn't like that note. Oh, he actually went back and fixed that. You know what I mean? Like, just, again, picking up on what is someone listening for? What are the things that they're okay with and not okay with? It's just something you can only get from just kind of long format observations. So that's it for today, guys. I got to put new strings on the bass, and then we'll see how the rest of the week goes here. Again, I don't have a deadline. I'm super chill about this. I'm just doing it for fun. So when I'm ready, I'll schedule in a few hours in advance the next live stream. We'll lay down the bass. We got to lay down the intro to the song. It's going to be a challenge, but I think it's going to be cool. We'll kind of fine tune some of the drum parts. I want to change around a little bit here. And then we'll go on to editing and mixing. And remember, I want someone to do vocals and I want someone to do piano. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.